Pre-ski season training. Mobility, very important. Going into the deep lunge. The deep lunge allows stretching of the ankles, the knee, posterior hip, and the front of the hips on the other side. There may be concern about the knee, but so long as you keep your heel down in the front here, it's going to minimize injury to the knee or strain to the knee. If you lift your heel, the weight loads more towards the knee and causes more risk to injury. But if you stay back on your heel, keeping the heel down, your weight is into the heel behind the knee. It's a lot safer. Going to the other view, opening the front of the hip, stretching the back of the other side, stretching the knee and the ankle. If you have knee injuries or knee issues that's causing discomfort, go into the high lunge. Safer for the knees, but minimizes the stretch to focus only in the hips. Stretch out the arms straight up high. Lean away from the open hip. It's going to give you a stretch through the torso and the lats. Bring your knee down. Bring your hand down to the knee. Create a rotation through the body. Looking from the other side. Straight arm up. Twist to stretch. My right side in this case. Put my hand down. Rotation through the torso. You can drop your elbow into the knee and use the elbow to add a little bit more torque if your body allows for it. Giving you the front view. Hand up high. Stretching. Lats. Elbows down. Twist through the body. Another ideal stretch, going into the deep squat. Again, stretching out the heels, the knee, keeping the body weight back, keep the knees safe. If you have knee injuries or knee stiffness, this can be modified by placing a base of support. It takes the weight off the knee and minimizes the weight on the knees. Again, if this is uncomfortable, just elevate your support so that it's a little bit higher, giving the knee a stretch. Over time, with gentle stretching and frequency, the knees will soften up. Another important stretch is going to the side lunge. When skiing, often your legs may deviate away from the body, keeping the adductors nice and supple, and the elastic will help prevent any groin injuries. Moving quickly in this motion adds a conditioning aspect, but going slowly will focus on mobilizing and stretching the tissue. And the other side. Stretching the quadriceps is also very important. Grabbing the knee from the back, keeping the core nice and strong. Extend the hips backwards. You can do this contralateral movement. Add some support if necessary for balance. And release. Control. Very important in terms of creating balance. Staying on our toes, squeezing the heels together, squeezing the ankle bones together and the heels apart. If the heels are together, it can create a bow-leggedness. Squeezing the knee and the ankle bones together opens up the heels slightly, squares off your feet. Squeeze them nice and tight and press up onto your toes. Try to balance on the balls of your feet on both sides. And release. Up again, it'll work and condition your calves, but mainly this is for balance. To create mobility, add rotation in the upper lower body, and speeding this up will add a little core strength as well as loosening the spinal muscles. From there, we can go down into a chair squat. Again, this will help with balance, mobility through the hip and ankles, and the knees. Send your back, deep squat. You can open up into regular squat. Again, going into a deep position to try and mobilize the ankle and the knees and the hips. You can add a conditioning component to this by switching in the two positions. Speeding this up will add a little bit more dynamics. But right now, the focus is on control and mobility. Using straps is a good way to give you some support, at the same time allow you to weight bear and work on your balance. This is the pistol stretch. Legs in front of your body, squatting down on the back leg. Now, I'm not having very good knee and ankle mobility, so as I release down, I can only come down to this position as opposed to trying to sit all the way. If there's good ankle mobility, I should be able to put my heels down, but in this case I'm up on my toes and then pressing up. The other side and press. Quite hard on the knee, so make sure your knee is healthy and strong, otherwise use the strap to support. Going into squats for the telly skiers, you go in the telly lunge, pressing the knee down onto the heel of the front foot. Switching sides. Now going into toe pivots. We can switch over and pressing back. Toes up and back. Toes up and sliding back. Again, working within your range of motion, using straps. So I want to use the single straps here. Go up on my toes, release, using the straps to help me descend and control the pressure on the knee. Make sure the ankle, the knee, and the hips are all in the same plane. There's no rotation or torsion to the legs. At the beginning, it's important to just go through the range of motion nice and easily to create control and safe movements. As that is comfortable, you can increase the rapidity of that to create some conditioning aspect to the exercise. As indicated before, going into the side lunge with rapidity will give you some conditioning as well. Just going to pull these out of the way. Now, mountain climbers. Into the plank position, bringing one foot up as high as possible, stretching out the inner groin and the adductors, hip flexors on the other side. Switching legs, going nice and slow to create that movement. Again, with comfort, you can start with the speed to add some conditioning. And with this exercise, you don't want to lift the hip with each movement. Keep the hips nice and low, but that will come with increased mobility. You would need to lift your hip when your hips are not flexible enough to let the legs move. Burpees. From a standing position, go into a deep squat, kick your legs out, chest to ground, push into a push-up position, legs in, jump up. Nice and slow to create the mobility, speed up for conditioning. Another way of doing that, come into sitting position, go into your boat position, bring your legs back in, stand up and jump. Backward burpees. Now another exercise here to increase mobility of the hamstrings. Down into a deep squat, press the legs back, keeping your hand as low as possible to the floor or grabbing your ankles. Pressing the knee back is the focus to help open up the hamstrings in the back of your legs. Pressing. Again, increasing the rapidity of this will give you the conditioning. When skiing, shoulder strength is quite important to navigate the pose. Hitting bad terrain, you will need that arm strength to help you stabilize. Using the straps here or benches can help you with increasing the shoulder strength in performing the dip. Dropping your body nice and low, pressing up. This is also important if you need to get up from a fall, especially in deep snow conditions.